ABC Radio.
There's lots of possibility.
There's a lot of amazing people here.
I love being here because I learn something new every single day.
Great place to live, wouldn't live anywhere else.
It's just lovely.
You almost get a bit teary, to be honest.
This is ABC Radio.
Number of deaths in the mining sector have rocked communities across north and central Queensland. It is causing anxiety and stress, worry for many families who see their loved ones head off on long shifts. Leanne Drew worked in the mining sector for 13 years. She has left the industry now and lives just north of Mackay at Qld. But her partner still works underground and many of her family members are miners. Leanne spoke with our reporter Angel Parsons about what impact these latest tragedies have had on her and many others in our mining communities.
Well, like everyone else, I'm just heartbroken, and there are no words, and that's what I do. I speak. So I feel like the mining community or the mining industry is so small. We're like family. You know, each crew when you're working out there is your family. We spend half our life with them. And I talk about this on the podcast, you've always got the ones you love, the crazy cousin, the uncle that you don't like, but we've all got to deal with each other. And people move from mine to mine, even from state to state, but there's always someone at that new mine that you go to that worked where you worked, and remember old mate, oh God, one of you clown, stuff like that. And to hear when something has happened and when you hear on the news that someone has died, your heart just sinks straight away. Straight away you think about, well, I do anyway, I'll just speak about for myself, think about my loved ones. This last fatality on a social media group, we saw that the mine he was in, someone said, well, it's not there. So I messaged Mum and said, he's all right, her hubby. My partner was still working underground, a real miner, so I didn't know if it was his mine or not. And then you start thinking about all the people that you know, and your heart just goes out to the families, the crews of the people that work for them, the people that had to handle the incident, call the emergency, all the emergency response teams. My daughter's partner a few years ago, Big T, Tony, he died in a mine out at Dionne, and he was a much-loved supervisor out there. He wasn't killed in an incident. He had a heart attack and he died, but he was down in that pit alone for a long time before they could, because, you can't. My daughter was his next of kin, but they couldn't contact her because she was down on the Sunshine Coast with her sister and they'd been out clubbing all night, so the phones weren't on and everything. So they contacted me and they came and knocked on the door, and I had to find her and tell her. And she just fell on the ground and kept saying, what do you mean? What do you mean? And she's never been the same since. She's back up here, and after these 4 deaths, she's just told me last night that she's ready to talk to me about it.
Going now to this latest death that happened on Sunday, from when the first tidbits of information started floating around on social media to when it was actually confirmed was quite a long time, and your partner was underground on that day. Can you talk me through what was going on in your mind during those hours?
Well, it throws you for a six. I had my day planned. It was my day off, buzzing around, listening to the ABC, doing my chores. And I just spent most of the day in front of the computer, to be honest. I just started getting shaky and lots of swear words, lots of anger, lots of, are you freaking serious? It was only 2 weeks ago. And there was another one in February. And there was one on New Year's Eve. And there was a couple before that. But that's not in 6 months. So then it's just, when they talk about statistics, 4 in 6 months sounds so much more dramatic. But they're people. We're not statistics. They're families have lost their lives, and that's what I was freaking out. Every time it happens, it takes me right back to when I was the one who had to ring my daughter and tell her about Tony.
We've heard from unions, government officials, mining executives about the changes that they want in the industry. What would you like to see happen?
Our idea is a minute silence at your pre-start. Acknowledge that something's happened. Let's just have a minute for our lost miner. Just take them 1 freaking minute at a pre-start. You don't even have to say too much about it. Everyone knows it's happened. Someone's died on a mine site. Let's just bow our heads and just think about it. This is the biggest frustration. I'm not sure that I'm answering your question right now, but this is the biggest frustration for me this year, this week, is that so many people I've spoken to said it has not even been acknowledged at their pre-start. Nothing. One said they brought it up and said, oh, so someone died last night. And they said, yeah, well, we know as much as you do, so there's no point talking about it. Basically, that's what was said. So you shut down. That person was trying to bring it up and they were shut down at their pre-start meeting. We have so many people like, Are You OK? Mates in Mining, Beyond Blue, everyone's saying about, we need to talk about shit. We need to talk about stuff. And when someone's died, at least at your pre-start, say something, please.
From having friends in the industry and family in the industry, how stressful is it when you see a post on social media? What is it like on the receiving end of that when you see that very limited information? Is it quite worrying? Does it cause a bit of fear?
Absolutely. And usually police haven't confirmed anything when you first see it. It's just put out there. And we're waiting to hear that it's confirmed. And not knowing where it is one of the hardest things, to not know the site. Waiting to hear did someone actually die? Is this just a rumour? Are they getting mixed up with the Collinsville one? And if they have, are you serious? That's 2 in one night. And 2 really serious incidents.
And all the while are you thinking, do I know that person?
Yes. And is my partner's not out the hole yet? You know, I have every day, or, you know, depending night shift, day shift, he's got a special tone on my phone and I hear that little noise and I'm like, he's out the hole. And I love that noise because I know he's out. At least he can message me. So, and I know that a lot of families are like that. A lot of people hate having to say goodbye to their miners when they go out for their swing.
Wow, that was a pretty powerful chat there from Leanne Drew talking to ABC Tropical Nth's Angel Parsons. Leanne lives north of Mackay, worked in the mining industry for 13 years. Her partner still works underground. Leanne's Beers with a Miner podcast is released on a weekly basis. She's got a website called Mad Mumzie where she puts up podcasts and blogs to share what it's like to be part of a mining family. We've had 6 deaths in the last 12 months in Queensland mines and quarries.
Keep up to date with ABC Radio.
Tweet us on Twitter.
Like us on Facebook.
And follow us on Instagram.
Catch the latest from ABC Radio.
Anywhere, anytime.